What's happening, guys? So it's match preview time. Now, I was just live earlier because I was doing some FC 25 streaming and then I lost track of the time. But I'm here now for the match preview of our game against Bournemouth at home. Now, we all know the last time we faced Bournemouth, we actually lost 2-0. But this ain't really the same Bournemouth anymore. So you look at this and you think, well, surely at home, Arsenal will get something against Bournemouth, especially how they are right now. You think that, but in all fairness, I don't have the same level of confidence as I usually would when we face Bournemouth at home. And with what's going on in Europe right now, I can see that taking its toll on these players. And the main focus is going to be on Wednesday night for the second leg. Big up to Rod in the building. But yeah, match preview. So let's get on with it. So we've got Bournemouth versus Arsenal. And yeah, it's just one of them games where you just think to yourself, hurry up and get it over and done with so we can just get back to the Champions League action. Now, I don't know how the players will be thinking, though, because obviously the league's done. Obviously, Liverpool are champions. But it's a case of now, psychologically, what's this doing to the players? Knowing that, all we're doing now is trying to cement second. Man City play tonight, I believe, and they'd move like within 4 points of us, is it? Oh, no, they're 6 points behind us, so they'll be 3 points behind us going into our game tomorrow evening, which is a 5:30 kickoff. Now, they're playing Wolves, and Wolves are all right form, but in all fairness, Man City will beat Wolves tonight. You know what I mean? Wolves, they've done well to win 6 in a row now, but Man City, they can still finish second. And in all fairness, for the season that they've had, they take that all day long, and with a potentially an FA Cup. So yeah. Anyways, let's get on to it. Big up to Warren in the building. It ain't over for us just yet. Second ain't formality. Yeah. Anyways, let's get to this match preview. 4 rounds of Premier League action remain for Arsenal, who have this clash with Bournemouth sandwiched between two-legged Champions League semi-final against PSG. After losing their first leg 1-0, Arteta may decide to rest key players here, but expectations still be to be the full 3 points, given the Gunners have lost just one of their last 35 league games following a midweek European clash, won 24, drew 10. Arsenal should be confident of improving that statistic, having won every competitive home head-to-head against the Cherries, won 8. Scoring 23 goals in the process, Bournemouth are one of only 3 sides to have beaten the Gunners in the league this season, though. So there's reason for Arsenal caution, even if they are unbeaten in 8 league outings, won 3, drew 5. Drawing 5, disgusting in that time. Looking to register first ever winning league double over Arsenal, Bournemouth's chances were boosted further by the news that Evan Nielsen's red card was rescinded during the week. Oh, right. Didn't know that. Despite heading to the capital with a 4-game unbeaten run, 1, drew 3, collecting just 1 win from the last 9 rounds, drew 4, lost 4, has seen Bournemouth slip from 5th in mid-February down to 10th. In fact, that deserves a... Only 4 sides have picked up more away points than Bournemouth, 25 ahead of the round, which makes them one of the only 2 sides to have an identical points tally, both home and away, ahead of round 35. Tipping the scales in favour of away points here wouldn't be too surprising, as Bournemouth have scored exactly twice in all but one of their away league games in London this season, 4 of which ended in 2-2, 1-5, drawn 5, lost 1. So we've won 2 of our last 5, drawing 2, losing 1. Bournemouth have won 1 of the last 5, drawing 3, losing 1. And the usual suspects are playing. Calafiori with a knee injury. Gabriel, the hamstring. Jesus with a knee injury. Havertz with a hamstring injury, even though I'm hearing now that if all goes well with Havertz, he could play at the end of the season. Jorginho with a chest injury will not play. Neto, because he's on loan from Bournemouth, even though he won't play this game anyway, because, Arteta, he ain't good enough to rotate a squad. You know what I mean? That's how you know he ain't good. And then Tomiyasu with the knee injury. So other than that, everybody should be back that's been playing during the week and everything like that. The predicted lineup for this game is probably what might start. In fact, minus Odegaard. The predicted lineup is Ryan goal, Ben White, Saliba, Kivior, Tine. That's probably what will start at the back. The midfield is where I disagree. It says Odegaard, Partey, and Zinchenko. I still think Odegaard will play. I still think, in fact, no. I don't think Odegaard will play, sorry. He'll play on in the Champions League, no doubt. Then in the front three, Wanyere, Trossard, and Sterling. Now, we know Arteta being Arteta when it comes to managing his squad. We know his man managing is very poor. What I know he'll do is he won't be able to wait. He'd be looking at his clock thinking, when can I take either Wanyere or Sterling off? And he'd be itching to do it. He'd be itching to take one of them off early so he can bring on his beloved Saka. You know what I mean? That's what he's going to do. Did it against Ipswich? In fact, no, his hand was forced against Ipswich. He would have left Saka on all game if he could. But he knew Saka was in pain from that challenge, from that prick. But the Palace game, he was so quick to take Sterling off. So quick. It's unbelievable. You know what I mean? Supposing Wanyere and or Sterling stay on long enough to do something in this game, having head scratched, maybe they might be good enough to start against PSG, mate. You know what I mean? But yeah, his management. Now, our last head-to-heads with Arsenal and Bournemouth sees Bournemouth win one of the last 5. That one there must be a friendly. Yeah, it's a club friendly that on penalties that we won. So we lost the last game 2-0 against them at their ground. Before that, we won 3-0 here at the Emirates the last time we played here. Before that, we won 4-0 at Bournemouth in 2023. I was in Athens, and I was streaming that game on my phone. I remember that game, Ben White's goal as well. And before that, the famous 3-2 win, the win that made it look like that's going to win us the league, the 3-2. Before that, we won 2-1 at Bournemouth. Oh, sorry. We won 3-0 at Bournemouth. Before that, sorry. So the last time Bournemouth beat us in the league before, last year was in 2018, 2-1. So Bournemouth, they're not a team that beats us that often. For as far back as I can go back as far as 2015, and they've beaten us twice since then. So yeah, they'd have to make history if they're going to win here tomorrow night. Now, in the table, we are 5 points clear of Newcastle, which ain't much. Bournemouth we're 17 points clear, then down 50 points. They're in 10th. But if they win, they go up to 8th if they win. And of course, if we win, we just get closer to Liverpool that is mathematically impossible to catch. Yeah, United people. Let me get into your comments before we get onto the score prediction. Wolves could surprise City. They ain't doing anything. Big up to African Baller. Big up to you. PSG 3-0. Oh, you never know. Besides, we've got to beat Liverpool in the league yet. I think we'll beat Liverpool. In fact, for the remaining games left, that's the only game I think we'll win. I don't think we'll beat Newcastle. I don't think we'll beat Southampton either. And I don't think we'll beat Bournemouth because I think we're going to lose 2-1. I think Bournemouth are going to snatch it tomorrow night. I ain't going to lie. It's Liverpool I can see us beating. Us being us. You know what I mean? That will be the game that will win, probably. You know what I mean? That's the game I'm predicting us to win. But the rest of the games, we're not winning them. As for PSG, we'll get onto that when it comes to that match preview. Genuinely feels sick to my stomach that nearly all our rivals can win trophies but us. These neutral toxic positive fans and Arteta, if he doesn't win the Champions League, need to do one. I told man about Arteta. People like me and others, we told man, but they didn't want to listen. When it was the Wenger out days, I wasn't on YouTube then, but I said, if we keep Wenger, we're going to fall down into the Europa League and we'll drop down. If we keep him, if he stays long enough, it's going to happen. People were saying, who would you replace him with? Lo and behold, it actually happened. We got Europa League under Wenger after being in the Champions League for so long. Big up to Kurt. He says Arsenal 1, Bournemouth 2. That's what I think as well. I think Bournemouth are beating us. But nah, I'm not confident for this Bournemouth game either. As for the Liverpool game, even if we beat them, I won't even be bothered. Yeah, it won't mean anything. You know what I mean? It won't mean anything. You know what I mean? How many we've seen this before? You know what I mean? We'll beat the team when they've already achieved what they need to achieve. You know what I mean? It's nothing now. Rod, no chance, bro. Wolves are looking damn good right now. New managers turn them around. They ain't beating City tonight, unfortunately. They ain't beating City tonight. You know what I mean? I think City will beat them 3-1 or something. But yeah, this is where we're at now, where we're not confident for certain games anymore because Arsenal shown us, the players have shown us a certain pattern, and they've shown us a certain pattern, and that's how it seems to stick. Unfortunately, you know what I mean. Wolves have nothing to play for. They don't have anything to play for in terms of look. What they've got to play for is finishing as high as they can. If Wolves beat you, they'll go up to 13th. Oh, sorry. They'll stay 13th, but they'll be closer to Palace. The maximum points Wolves can get now is 52. That will take them 8th. So 8th is the highest Wolves can finish. So compared to where they were, I think Wolves will try and chase that, especially with the fact that they won 6 in a row. Players want new contracts, big money moves. Spending looks much better since Vadio played at centre back. What better than the City scalp? Big up to Zabi. I hate how this Arsenal fan base, have no middle ground. Toxic positives and negatives. People, they both just want to be proven right. When they are proven right, they brag almost to the others. See, the thing is, with people like me who are Arteta out, all I want is for him to prove me wrong. That's all I want. I don't believe that we'll go through in the Champions League. I don't believe that we'll win it. I want to be proven wrong. I didn't think we'll beat Real Madrid. We'll beat them twice. You know what I mean? But what's annoying is I get proven right. Like, I know what's going to happen before it happens, and I hate that. I hate that. I thought we were going to win the FA Cup this season. I made a whole video saying why I think Arsenal will win the FA Cup this season. I was positive about that. Look what the players did against Man United of all teams. You know what I mean? The moment you have the moment you have genuine belief in this team, they just let you down big style. I'm at that point where I just don't know what to think anymore. I feel like even if Spurs win the Europa League before us, that still won't be enough for these top gunners to move. No, because what they'll do is they'll say, well, you only won a shitty Europa League. It's not nothing special. The fans will try and down talk it. They'll try and say something about how it's nothing special, this fan base, even though we were all gutted when we lost to Chelsea in Baku. They'll all try and come with something. Boomers have been driven mad for such a long time, bro. I understand the head loss. Well, I'm assuming, yeah, head loss. Now, why do you actually want what's best for the club? I don't see you bragging to mutants. No, like, every time I get proven right, I hate having to come onto the stream pissed off because I was proven right. That these man did prove me wrong. You know what I mean? Y'all have seen how happy I was when we were scoring them goals in the games where I didn't think we'll win them. Kai Havertz getting us goals I didn't think that he'd get us. And all I want is, when I said to people, you know what, if you're going to play up front Kai Havertz, score me goals. Just do that. If Moreno, just take some shots. I remember saying that. And when they do it, I'm happy. This could be my summer is in the balance right now in terms of the sporting world. It's either going to be I'm watching the Ops win everything that they can that's possible while we don't, or I'm at least seeing us win. Because if they obviously their cup finals come around first, if we get to Champions League final, the Europa League and Conference comes around first. So either way, we're going to be watching, man. We're going to be watching the Ops win. But if it turns out that we end up winning, if we get through and we end up winning our final, I don't care about what the Ops won. You know what I mean? The happiest summer would be, you know, Real Betis winning the Europa League, one of the Bodo Glimt or Athletic Club turning it around in the second leg, and then one of them win it, the Europa League, and then we win the Champions League. That'll be the ideal summer. Because trust me, you know, content galore. But regardless, if we win, if we come out with a trophy, it's reactions galore regardless of what the Ops have done. City are 8 games unbeaten. Wolves are 6. Arsenal done 8 games. No, we've been unbeaten for quite a while in the league. We've only lost 3 games this season. You know what I mean? We can't be doing that now. Let me just have a look exactly. Before, so since we lost to West Ham at home, we've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. So we are 8 games unbeaten in the league. Before West Ham, it was 1, 2, 3, 5, 9, 10 plus games anyway. I can't go back any further than the Everton one back in December. I can't go back any further than that, but you know, we've only lost 3 games in the league all season. We're game that tonight. I'm watching it. Yeah, I'll probably try and stream it. Arsenal only done 3 games unbeaten all season. That's the fam.
Stop the cap.
3 games. I think you're getting it twisted, fam. I think you're getting it twisted.
Ah!
We haven't won 4 games in a row in the Premier League. That's what we haven't done. Wolves will score a goal because we don't keep clean sheets. That was dangerous. Yeah, it's like the negative side is the side that just wants Arsenal to be better than what they are. You know what I mean? If anything, I'd probably considered the most negative, really. I would probably hold the crown for probably being the most quote unquote negative fan, because I'm saying even if Arteta wins the Champions League, I still want him gone, but I have legitimate reasons. I'm not just saying that. You know what I mean? That's the difference between me and some others out there. I can stand 10 toes down and explain, drop paragraphs as to why I want Arteta gone, regardless of what he does. I can explain that. It's not just I'm saying it to be that guy that's like shock or anything like that. No, I have legitimate backing for why I want him gone. I asked for a double, he couldn't give me it for a start. You know what I mean? I'm telling you now, there's going to be another team in the Premier League. No, they might not even be in the Premier League yet. But there's going to be another team that's going to win a double of some sort before we do. So that means they might win the league and the FA Cup, the league and the EFL Cup, the EFL Cup and the FA Cup, the Europa League and FA Cup, or Europa League and EFL Cup, Champions League and FA Cup, Champions League, EFL Cup. You know, them kind of doubles, Champions League, league title. Somebody else is going to do it before we win any double of some sort. Somebody else is going to do it before us. Can't say who, because it could be anybody. But somebody, there'll be a team before we see our team win a double again. Yeah, another team's going to come in and do it before us. That's how stagnant we are. Sometimes when I watch panels, it shifts from whatever point they are trying to make to the ego talking because they were proven right. It is what it is, I guess. Yeah, I mean, some panels, they get out of hand. You know what I mean? Some panels get out of hand. I enjoy being an independent channel, in all fairness. You know what I mean? I'm with you and Warren on the winning part. Big up to Mr. Robo 19 TV. I mistake the one for a T, but big up to you. You get people like Lee Gunner where he'd happily keep Arteta if he wins just any trophy, but that's where I differ. Exactly, that's where I differ. Just a cup at this point is not big enough to keep Arteta. That's where I differ, because if we win the Champions League, Lee Gunner will say he can stay. I suppose he'd have to back that anyway, because he has said before that, you know, it's all about winning, and if you win me a trophy, blah blah blah. But where I differ is I have legitimate reasons as to why I still want him gone. Most people will be like, if he wins that trophy, the Champions League, he can stay because it was that trophy. You know what I mean? Whereas if it was the EFL Cup or FA Cup, I would accept that. But if it's a league title or Champions League, then he can stay. But for me, I said, if you win a double that involves the league or the Champions League, you can stay. At this point, that's how deep we got into it. Because back in 2023, I was saying, give me any double. But then we got this deep in it. Now you have to give me the big ones. Pause. Because, fam, I'm sorry. Maybe I think about things maybe differently to other people, but I've watched my ops do all the things that we've been begging to do. I've watched my ops do it. We've watched United win the Europa League in recent times. We've watched Tottenham get to a Champions League final. We've watched Liverpool almost win a quadruple. We've watched them win the Champions League. We've watched them win the league title. We've watched them conquer Europe. We've watched Chelsea conquer Europe. We've watched Chelsea win doubles. You know what I mean? And you're not giving me anything? That's why, nah. It's like, How much money can someone pay you to give you a very traumatic experience? How much money is that worth? Because you would think of it as, yeah, I might be able to get this certain amount of money, but you still put me through trauma. And I still feel that. That's what winning a trophy is now. Yes, it's good. Yes, you give me the good times, but I'm still traumatized from the last few seasons. The seasons where we said to you, go get a striker and you can do this, that, and the other. And you didn't want to do it. You nearly won the league twice. And your response was Kai Havertz and Raheem Sterling. That's trauma. You nearly won the league. I've seen managers nearly win the league, yeah, and then signed a goal scorer and then won it. I've also seen managers nearly win the league, still sign a striker, but maybe it didn't work, but they still tried something. This manager, I can't think of, name another manager who nearly won the league and he responded with not signing a clinical goal scorer. Name that manager. Name him. Name him. Because I'm not going to include Poch because he had the goal scorer. Right? Whatever was missing in that team was missing, but he had the goal scorer. He just needed to build more off that. You know what I mean? What did Spurs lack in 2017 when 2017 they finished second? What did they lack? Because they had everything. They just needed maybe a tighter defense, maybe. But they had the goal scorer. Name a manager. I nearly won the league, and my response was everything but a striker. Name that manager. I can't think of any. Can't think of a manager who nearly won the league. Multiple times, at least. Anyway. Who nearly won the league and responded like that? We didn't see Fergie respond like that. He nearly won the league in 2012. What did he do? Who did he sign? Thank you, Van Persie. So that alone, knowing that alone, we're too deep now in this for me to believe he'll sign the striker finally and he'll get us over the line. No, it's too cemented now because we know what the deal is now. We know how he'll manage that striker now. You're too late now. Why didn't you do this before? Because let's just say Arteta signs a world-class striker. Yeah? Let's just say he does that and then we win the league. What are we going to think about the last 2 seasons? That's trauma. You know what I mean? There's people who are richer now than they were before, but before there was trauma that they still can't get over. But they think to themselves, if I had this money back then, I could have avoided that trauma. If I had the funds to be able to remove myself from a certain situation back then, I never would have been in that situation. That's trauma. The fact that you can think back and be like, you know what, that was very traumatic and that still haunts me to this day. Even though I'm in a better position now. I'm telling you, this is why I'm saying, get me a double. Winning me a double, yeah? Winning me a double can be enough to cure some of the trauma. You know what I mean? A double, something that hasn't been done since 2002 for this club. You know what I mean? So unless you give me back-to-back trophies, fam, unless you're going to have us on a trophy spree now, Arteta should have been sacked years ago, but he did do good things for the club. It was not all bad, even him taking us past round 16 was good because we used to get kicked out early. Yeah, but it's just made him a nearly man. That's what it's done. You know what I mean? It's just it's just the next level up. So now, going forward, he might always take us to quarterfinals of the Champions League now. That might be the new round of 16 under Wenger. And then we're just in the same place. You know what I mean? It's just spicier because you're just closer to winning. You know what I mean? One trophy at this stage doesn't cut it anymore. It doesn't. Not enough. You have to come with something better than that. That's coming something better. Like I said, if Arteta wins us the Champions League, I'm still sticking to what I said. He deserves a statue outside Emirates of him holding the Champions League trophy. He deserves it. He deserves all the praise in the world. Sorry. I said before, just because you win the Champions League don't mean you're good enough to get us over the line in the league. I can't forgive. Liverpool just came in and went, yeah, we'll win the league. Because, like I said, anybody now can just walk in and be like, I fancy winning the league as well. Anybody will beat us to the league title at this point. I said way back before the season started, I said the moment City fall off is the season we still don't win the league. It won't be us, but it should be us on paper. I'm going to have to find them clips. In fact, I've got time tonight. Let me just get into your comments and then catch up with your comments. And then I've got time tonight. I'm telling you. Yeah, I feel like when you're going to talk about standards, it's a bit disingenuous. Well, I don't see accepting just cups at this point as high standards. We need majors now. I mean, like the EFL Cup and the FA Cup, they're still major trophies. When you ask anything, AI, anything, Google, whatever, about how many major trophies has so-and-so club won, they always include, the big four. Some add the Community Shield in, some don't, but, the EFL Cup and the FA Cup, they're classed as majors. But for me, although they are important and they do go alongside everything you've won, there's levels to the trophies. You know what I mean? There is levels to them. You know what I mean? It's better to win two trophies than one, but if you ask an Arsenal fan, would you win the EFL Cup and League Cup double or just the Champions League? I think there's going to be a majority that's going to say I'll win just that one Champions League over those two cups. You know what I mean? And likewise, same double again, or just win just the Premier League. I think we're going to choose the league title. You know what I mean? So there's levels to all this. I take the cup, but still would want Arteta gone. I feel differently about the Champions League if he wins that, not just because it's a major, but because he'll have given us something no one in our history has done. Yeah, that's why I say he deserves a statue, 100%. But for me, winning the Champions League, to me, it doesn't mean that you're good enough to win the league title. You know what I mean? And it'd just be another case of, in a few years' time, it'll be a case of, maybe Arteta should have walked after he won his Champions League. Yeah, I can see it being that. You know what I mean? Yesterday's Europa League and the Conference League games were a real dagger in the back. Seeing potentially United winning 3 trophies in 3 years, potentially Spurs getting to a final, etc., really hurts. United winning 3 trophies in 3 years, potentially, all while going backwards. I honestly think Spurs will win the Europa League. I think what happened to us in Baku, Spurs will do that to Man United. That's what I think will happen. You know what I mean? I would rather United win it because we can't have Spurs winning. Not that either. Not that trophy. We can't have them winning. But at the same time, then that means United would have won the EFL Cup, the FA Cup, then the Europa League, all while going backwards. You know what I mean? Insane. That'd be insane. Either way, if the final's definitely going to be them two, because obviously there's still a second leg to play, but the final's going to be them two. Either way, you want to laugh at whoever loses, but at the same time, just for Spurs to win that, wow. You know what I mean? This wouldn't be so bad if we'd have won the last 2 league titles. You know what I mean? If we were off the back of a 2-peat, yeah, and then we're in a Champions League semi-final right now, it wouldn't hurt so bad. You know what I mean? He's here for 2 more years. Champions League is his last chance to redeem himself. In my opinion, if he wins the Champions League, he should leave on a high. But if I was Arteta, I'm not leaving millions for fan acceptance. Yeah, Arteta's obviously not going to be like, oh yeah, I'll what? You know what I mean? He's going to stay no matter what. It's just, in my opinion, I just think that even if he does that, leave on that kind of high. Don't be that guy that stays and you try and do something else and it's not working. Don't be that guy kind of thing. But for all we know, if he was to turn this round and if he was to win the Champions League, that might kickstart everything. For all we know. You know what I mean? That might kickstart everything. He might go from Champions League, win the Super Cup. I don't know how the FIFA Club World Cup works now because it's not the same format anymore. So I think we'd only go in that the next time it comes around or however the hell it goes on. And let's say he wins one of the four available trophies next season, whether he retains the Champions League, wins the league, whatever. It might kickstart something. So there's that to look at as well. But I don't believe that he's levels like that. I want to believe that he is, but what he's shown me for 5 years now, it's hard for me to believe, oh yeah, Arteta's going to do this now. When Wenger won the FA Cup in 2014, it was like, oh fam, we might be back in the title race now. You know what I mean? Then he retained it, and it's like, okay, well, maybe this time. And what did he do in 2016? Wenger came off the back of retaining the FA Cup. And in 2016, how did he follow it up? I'll sign Petr Cech and I'll sign nobody else. And then in January, because Leicester were looking like they're going to win the league, they're still up there. Didn't do nothing. Didn't do nothing. So we have history on our side as to why certain things we might not want to happen. We have history on our side of it. It's not like any doubts we haven't seen it before. Like we've seen every doubt, pretty much every doubt we have in Arsenal is because we've seen something like it before. Me wanting to keep Arteta for those reasons would be me just tolerating his poor management until he can deliver us big trophies. Until he can't deliver us the big trophies anymore. If Arteta walks after that Champions League, I'll be happy too. We also haven't seen Arteta coach a striker. He don't want to. He wants to turn somebody into one. I think, right? And let me just read the rest of your comment. Do we even know he can do because the attack under him has gotten worse over the years? Arteta has a phobia of strikers. Let me explain why I think that is, or why I know that is. Because obviously we've seen him sign forwards that are out and out strikers that can play there for a start. 2, he got rid of a goal scorer that won him a trophy, the only trophy that he's won. Yeah, unless you want to count the Shields. Yeah. Number 3, he has this anaphylactic shock at the thought of signing a striker. Number 4, we've got youngster. What's his name? Is it Nathan? The owl? Well, can't pronounce his name, but he's a striker, right? He could have easily involved him in games. What Arteta's scared of is he's scared of our academy striker doing what Wanyeri did when he came through. He's scared of it. Why? Because if he shows I'm an out-and-out striker, Arteta can't do much with it. Arteta has a fear of strikers. He has a fear of somebody that's all they are. He wants to be able to take somebody and turn him into a striker because that's going to make him look good. That's what it is. If I can turn him into a striker, it makes me look good. My resume looks even better because I can take a player and turn him into a goal scorer. Whereas if I just sign a goal scorer, it's not really, you know what I mean? That's how it is for this guy. He wants to be able to do the manual work. He wants to drive a manual. He don't want to drive automatic because the automatic does everything for him. He wants to manually do it. He's a manual override in his team. You don't want to sign a striker that is out and out. Because nobody can tell me that Nana was available. Nobody can tell me that. Nobody can tell me there weren't man out there. There was man out there. You know what I mean? Arteta would cry at the thought of signing someone like Isak. Someone who was just out and out striker. You know what I mean? He didn't want that. He didn't want it. He wants to turn somebody into an Isak. Because if he does that, that's his work. You know what I mean? That's his work. And that's the thing about this guy. And he'll keep doing that. And he'll keep doing it and keep doing it. All while all the shit's happening around us. He's scared. I genuinely believe he has some sort of fear of signing or playing somebody who's an out-and-out striker and they actually deliver. Because, like I said, it's like he wants to drive a manual vehicle. He don't want it to be automatic. Because he wants the credit. Yeah, a double makeup for the trauma all day long. Those random master fan accounts on Twitter are actually feeding people. I literally see videos showing screenshots of 6 rich accounts and counting them as Arsenal fans. Yeah, those accounts on Twitter are something else, man. Those accounts are something else. Arteta currently is what Ben Rodgers was for Poole. Yep. Yeah, he's a spicy Rodgers because he has an extra community shield. How could be so cooked from the owners, first to the manager, and a place to the fans? Yeah. Owners are accepting this. This is why I say if we were to see our ops win, yeah, and we don't win, and the fans still turn up at those games and don't make a stance, can't complain about the owners. Because that is how you get to the owners. That's how you do it. You show them, look, we just watched them not down the road win the Europa League while we didn't win the Champions League. Yeah? We've been in 2 previous title races. This guy didn't sign a striker, and you lot accepted it. So what's going to happen is we're going to walk out as soon as the whistle blows for the kickoff. We're walking out, not part of it. Empty stadium. Obviously, the tourists will want to be there. So it's a bit like tipping out water from a bucket while there's another tap filling it up. You know what I mean? But make some sort of stance. You know what I mean? If they don't do that, nothing will happen on us. Nothing. Why has my camera gone off? Hold on, wait. The camera went off for some reason on my phone. Oh well. Well, I don't know why the camera went off because the camera was my phone just then, but then it just came up with an exclamation mark. If I had to pick a winner, I'd rather be United. Couldn't stomach Spurs European Cup, but lots of positives would deserve to see it though. They would. I said before, Spurs. The moment Spurs end up being good, you man deserve to see it. I won't be wearing any of the Arsenal tops right now except my vintage away top from 2002 when we were elite. Fair enough. If absolute bare minimum, if Arteta gets us to the Champions League final, I'll wear my Arsenal shirt again. Otherwise, I won't wear it until he wins a trophy or leaves. Big up to you. I don't know how long you were here. I was ranting earlier. 3-0 Bournemouth. Let's go. You know what? I don't think they'll score 3 and we just won't answer for it. I think they'll beat us though, 2-1. But anyways, as I said, let me find my old videos where I said, yeah, I said even if we were to, even if Man City fall off, it won't be us that win the league. Let me see how far back I can go. Right. So this is like before the season started, because this is where I was doing those reaction videos. So why do you think Arsenal get mocked if they only win the Premier League this season? Let's go to that one. Oops. As usual. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm always happy to win a trophy, but with the point that we are now, I just think that just the FA Cup is a bit of an anticlimax. Yeah. Can't lie. Look at that big spot on my face, man. Really, or the double, if anything. That's what I mean. If we win, if this season we win the League Cup and the FA Cup, let's say win the title race again, and we win the League Cup and the FA Cup. Right. If somebody said you'll be in a title race this season, but you won't win it, but you'll win these two, fine, all right. You know, it's about winning at the end of the day. I'll say I want the league, and to be fair, if somebody says within the next few seasons Arsenal will win the league, it could be next season or whatever, right? I want it to be part of a double. Yeah. I just want it to be part of a double, because you know what's going to happen as well, right? This is what's going to happen if Arsenal win the league anytime soon, and just win the league, just the league title. The narrative is going to be, oh, but you only won the league, mate. You didn't win it as a double. You didn't win it as a treble either, mate. You only won the league title, mate. We won trebles and we won doubles, mate. Always live. Trust me. That is nailed on. That is what is going to happen. Nailed. I'm telling you. Watch. If Arsenal just win the league, we will get mocked for doing that. I don't know if it's this video that I'm going to find what I'm looking for, though. Oh, I hate it when that happens, man. It takes me back to the top, man. Anyway, let me play it. Yeah. You know what I mean? This is why if we win, I'm saying this for banter reasons now. If we were to win the League Cup and the league title, or the FA Cup and the league title, or the Champions League and the league title, right? Especially if it was a Champions League and league title, nobody can say shit. No. The only thing people can say, well, Man United and Man City fans in this case, the only things they can say is, he win it as a treble, man. That's the only thing they can say. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you right now, if Arsenal finish 2025 with just the Premier League, we will get mocked for that. Yeah. Because we didn't do it as a double, we didn't do it as a treble. You know what I mean? City fans will definitely be on it. Well, hold on. Let me see if it's in this one. What's happening, guys? So, the 2024-25 fixtures of the Premier League has come out. And we know who, when we're playing each club, right? And it's quite interesting the way it's laid out this time. You know, those of you who are super Arteta in and everything like that, this is going to be interesting. You know what I mean? This is going to be interesting. But we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. Anyways, let's get into this. Right. So, actually, it'd be interesting because I can't remember everything I said in this video. So let's see if how games panned out. What I said, how it pan out. We have the fixtures up on here. Let me make myself still a tad bit. Let me just make this larger, actually. So yeah, as you can see, the fixtures here. So the first game of next season coming up, because we've got no Community Shield, people. You know what I mean? We've got no Community Shield to look forward to now. You know what I mean? We've got no run out at Wembley. None of that, fam. You know what I mean? No Community Shield for us this season.
Emotional damage.
Stop it. Get some help.
We've got none of that, people. So yeah. Anyways, you know what? Let's talk about this. sick of them sweatsuits and them corny hats. Let's talk about it. So we've got Wolves on the first game of the season at home, right? I think Wolves, personally, they're on a decline now. I think last season was probably the best that they could get. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at these teams, the way teams have finished off their seasons last season, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't see some of you as getting any better than this. You know what I mean?
No.
But you look at this on paper and you think, oh, that's some 3 points, which I do think 3 points, you know, at home to Wolves. And then our second game of the season is away at Villa. You know, the same Aston Villa that did a double over us last season, by the way.
I'm kind of I'm intrigued now. I haven't watched this. This is one I haven't watched back. So it's probably this video where I probably said, even if we were to fall off, because there was another video I said it in. I said it in multiple videos.
You know, the same Aston Villa as to, you know, the game that we lost as to why we didn't win the league last season.
Emotional damage.
Yes, that same Villa. Having to go to Villa on the second game of the season, you could see it as, well, it'll be out of the way because we don't have to go there when it's crunch time. But again, we lost home and away to Aston Villa last season. You know what I mean? And then Brighton at home. Brighton, you know, they don't have De Zerbi anymore. They've got some manager that managed a German club. I don't know anything about him. But Brighton, I don't think Brighton will get any better than what they were season before last, getting Europa League. You know what I mean? I don't see Brighton getting that now. You know what I mean? So I see it as it's one of them where you did all right against us for a few years, but now you're back to normal. You know what I mean? A club like Arsenal come to your ground, or you come to ours and we'll beat you. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I'm very intrigued.
So we start September. This is interesting now. We've got 2 away games on the spin, right? We've got Tottenham Hotspur away from home, and then after that we've got Man City away from home. So then we finish off the month of September at home to Leicester City. Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? Those 2 away games on the spin like that. Honestly, you are Arteta-ins, right? You are Arteta-ins. For your sake, because you man believe this guy's going to win us the league. For your sake, right? Let's hope he gets through these at least to keep the hopes alive for the first half of the season at least. You know what I mean? Because we know what he's going to do in April, don't we? You know what I mean? We'll get to the April fixtures soon.
So you heard that there, guys. You heard me say, you know what he's going to do in April, don't you? So I've been saying this all season. Yeah, I've been saying all season before the season started, right? You all seen me.
I've seen him do it.
I told you, man, about the month of April. This the month of goofiness. Well, let's carry on.
So I'm looking at this on paper, and I'm thinking beating Wolves, probably scrape a draw at Villa, beat Brighton, a draw at Spurs, and then we'll probably lose our first game of next season away at City. You know what I mean? It's probably going to pan out like that. Then we've got Leicester at home. Leicester, I don't know if they've got a new manager yet, because that Enzo was quick to run to Chelsea. Yeah. And then October, we play both clubs on the South Coast, Southampton at home, and then Bournemouth away. And then we finish off the month at home to Liverpool. Right? On paper, you think, again, we should see out that month. You know, fine. But you never know. Southampton, last time they came to the Emirates, we all know what happened there, don't we? We all know what happened there. November. We start the month. Again, we're starting it. We played Newcastle, I think it was the 1st or the 3rd of November last season, away from home, which was the first game we lost of the season. last season, and we're playing them at round about the same time a year later, away to Newcastle, and then we're away at Chelsea. Now, we don't know what this Enzo guy is going to be doing at Chelsea. We don't know if he's going to have them in a title race like Arteta had us. We don't know if it's going to be Graham Potter 2.0. We don't know, right? But it's away at Chelsea. And then Nottingham Forest at home. Why do I feel like we're playing a lot of away games? I don't know. I'm just feeling like we got... Hang on. Oh, yeah. I'm going to say, do we play 2 home games on the spin? But yeah, we do. Leicester and Southampton. Yeah, that's kind of goofy, that. But then again, you look at these away fixtures and you think, well, you've got to play us at home then after that. We've got Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, and look how many games we've drawn at home in a row now. Right. I mean, not even the home having the home fixtures did us any favours like that.
Forest at home on the 23rd of November. And West Ham United away. You know, we all know, you know, what happened when the last time we went to West Ham in the league. Yeah. So yeah, let's hope that there'll be more of that. They've obviously got a new manager. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I don't think West Ham will get any better. Again, another club I don't see getting any better. Personally. I just don't. You know what I mean? West Ham, they peaked with David Moyes and he won them a European trophy. You know what I mean? So these man peaked. Now, Ipswich. I saw Ipswich. I said that first. Now, December, you know, we've got 6 fixtures in December.
So anybody that's just come in, I'm basically watching this back. This is when the fixtures of this season was announced. So I'm watching this back, and I'm trying to see what I'm hearing back what I said and how the season actually panned out. I might have said in this video that the season that City aren't in the title race and the fall off is a season we still won't win the league. I might have said it in this. If anything, it was probably this I said it in also. I'll be surprised if I didn't say it in this video, because I know I said it in a video I did around about this time. So yeah. Oops.
Jesus Christ. Cramming them all in. So we've got Man United. We start the month with Man United at home. The last time we played Man United at the Emirates in December, we lost. And that was a game I went to when we lost 2-1 when De Gea had 11 arms. And that was around about that time of the year as well. It was at the beginning of December, I think it was. Yeah, start off the month at home to Man United, and then we go to Fulham away from home. You know, we lost at Fulham last time. We all know what happened there. And then on the 14th of December, we play Everton at home. Everton, a home game, we always win. Then we've got Crystal Palace away from home. Crystal Palace have nothing to play with at the moment. The way they ended last season is the way I think they will start next season. You know what I mean? Especially if they get two bit of transfers in. It depends on who leaves, I suppose. You know what I mean? Because if they get certain players that might leave, it could cripple them a little bit.
And the thing is, Palace actually started the season poorly, but they actually went back to type, really. Went back to the sort of form they were in back end of last season.
It depends. I'm saying that the manager there will probably be all right with what he's got. Ipswich Town on Boxing Day this year at home. And another fixture I'm looking at and I'm thinking 3 points, why not? And then we finish off the year away at Brentford. Now, if our last season is anything to go by, Brentford might be one of them games where it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm saying, don't be surprised if we don't beat Brentford away from home. Last game of this year. Don't be surprised. That's what I'm saying. Then
we did beat them. It was actually the home fixture we couldn't beat them.
Start next month. Some of these fixtures are going to be switched around anyway, because obviously FA Cup kicks in as well, and then obviously during this period, you got the EFL Cup, which, you know, Arteta better be going for, by the way. Going for all of them. I don't care. I mean, anyways, start the year of 2025 away at Brighton on the 4th of January. And then we were at home to Tottenham Hotspur. So it's now this is where you got the 2 home games on the spin coming in now. Yes, we're at home to Tottenham at the start of next year, and then home to Villa on the 18th, Saturday the 18th, which is my birthday. So hopefully it's a birthday win as well, you get me? And then we'll go away to...
And these man let me down on my birthday. 2-0 up to draw 2-2. Pricks.
Wolves on the 25th of January. So again, I'm looking at that January fixtures, and I'm thinking, Arsenal should come away fine. If anything, the only months I'm concerned of so far, slightly concerned about August simply because of the Villa game. Concerned about September because the Spurs and Man City away on the bounce. Slight concern with Newcastle and Chelsea away on the spin because I don't know what Chelsea's going to be like. And then December is always that month where if there's going to be any 2-2 bit of collapse to where this is going to hurt the rest of your season, it's going to happen in December. And then January, should get through that fine. February now, we start the month. Manchester City at home, then Leicester away, then West Ham at home, then Forest away. I'm even looking at that month thinking, I'm not really overly worried, even though we do have Man City in there. I mean, now, Tuesday the 25th, he's not in Forest away. If Arteta can actually get us to an EFL Cup final, that fixture might stay or it might change.
Now, that was when AFL Cup Finals was hosted on the end of February. But obviously, they changed it because of the Champions League format. It was moved to March. But, yeah, I was hoping that we'd be tasting the EFL Cup final and we could actually try and win it.
Actually, no. No, it'd be the West Ham one that would change then. Because the weekend after that falls to March. So unless the EFL Cup final is being played, no, I think they've got space for the EFL Cup final, just in case. Yeah. So yeah, again, that's another month I'm not overly worried about. Like, there's not.
Yeah, fact.
I don't think Forest are going to be all that next season. I ain't going to lie. I don't think they're going to be all that. We don't know what Leicester's going to be like yet. I don't even know if they've got a manager yet. Man City is going to be Man City, but maybe now they might not be at the end.
I said that I didn't think Forest were going to be all that, and they ended up being in a mini title race. Oh, an FA Cup semi-final as well and everything.
Emirates for maybe
Champions League football.
Maybe. You know what I mean? At best. So March, so far on here, we're going to have 2 fixtures, which is Man United away and then Chelsea at home. Obviously, Man United away. Obviously, we did double over them last season. But, we don't know what Man United is going to be like next season. You know what I mean? Obviously, they're keeping Ten Hag. Will Ten Hag be there this long? You know what I mean? Or will Man United sack him, turn it round, and then by the time it gets to this fixture, these men are just killing it kind of thing. And then we've got Chelsea at home. I think we've got Chelsea's number, to be fair. I think it's one of them ones where we're just going to beat him for a while. At least at home, anyway. And then April. See, April's the month Arteta loves the most, right? This is where he loves to things up, right? So we start off with Fulham at home on April Fools. Then we've got Everton away, Brentford at home, Ipswich away, Crystal Palace at home. I'm betting if we're in the title race,
right? Any cock up will be between Brentford, Brentford, Ipswich, Crystal Palace. There's going to be a cock up there. Watch. Some might look at this video and be like, "Oh, you're being negative." I'm just going by what I'm used to with this manager now. You know what I mean? I'm going by, this is why I want the manager out, because he does this, does that. Goofiness is going to happen in the month of April. Watch. Look at these fixtures: Fulham home, Everton away, Brentford home, Ipswich away, Palace home. Goofiness is happening during that period. Saturday, 3rd of May.
You see, I don't talk shit, do I? I don't talk shit, do I?
It's funny that we played Bournemouth on the 4th of May this year, which is obviously my fight night for the charity boxing I did. And then we're playing him on Saturday, the 3rd of May next year. Now look at this. Bournemouth at home, Liverpool away, right? Newcastle at home, Southampton away. That's how we finish off the season. So my months of concern, right, is definitely April, because we know what Arteta's like, and obviously May, because look at the fixtures. We go to Anfield, 3rd to last game of the season. Depending on what we do in the Champions League and FA Cup, which, to be fair, I'm still backing us to win the FA Cup next season, but I'm going to do a separate video as to why I'm saying this. But yeah, the season won't finish till the 25th of May next year. Obviously, these fixtures aren't going to be exact. Some of them are going to change around, depending on what happens, especially with other clubs as well. But yeah, mark my words. April 2025, the month of goofiness. I'm telling you, you've got things that associated with months, haven't you? You know what I mean? You've got summer bank holiday linked with August, right? September, I don't know what year. What's the month that's associated? What's the thing that's associated with that month? October, Halloween, yeah. November, bonfire night. December, Christmas, New Year's. January, you could say New Year's, Epiphany, all that stuff. February, Valentine's Day. March, Mother's Day, and all that happens in March, doesn't it? April, Arteta's goofiness. Watch. May, Spring Bank. May Day, bank holiday. You get 2 bank holidays in May, right? Association with April is not only Easter, right? It's Arteta's goofiness. So that's what I think is going to happen. You know what I mean? Goofiness in April next year. If the last 2 seasons is anything to go by. You know what I mean? That's what I can see happening.
Emotional damage.
It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. That's what it is, a disgrace.
So yeah, those are the fixtures there, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys look at some of those months of the fixtures and get a bit worried? Or do you guys think, we'll be all right in some of them? Because as I said, I pointed out some of them, and I'd say the majority of them, I'm thinking we should see it out fine. I'm talking, we get more points than we lose in a month. You know what I mean? Like, we might draw 1 game and lose 1 game in another month, but win the rest, something like that. You know what I mean? That kind of see it out. But we'll see anyway. Anyways, guys, like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow all the socials. The links are in the description below.
Right, so I'm gonna try and find. I've got two bit of time. Tanya, it's the month of goofiness. It's the month of goofiness. But I'm gonna try and find the video of where I pointed out. Right, let me just try and move this over here again. It's just gonna be slow on there. We'll find it. I'm surprised I didn't say it in that video.
That would have been a video I would have said it in, but oh, it would have been this video. YG still stressing over Arteta's decision making in the last 2 title races. I think it would have been this video.
Mohammed, in answer to your question, as I said, Arteta didn't bottle the league this season.
Yeah, he did. I mean, yeah, he did. He bottled the league big time. So let's stop doing
Stop the cap.
You know. I mean, yeah, it would have been this one. Let's bring that back. Let's make sure we heard that right.
As I said, Arteta didn't bottle the league this season.
Stop the cap.
He pressed all the way till the end. I think, listen, it's very, very hard to win the Premier League with Pep Guardiola in charge.
Right. But I'm not going to sit here and just have to deal with that, with this whole, it's hard to do it with Pep's here, right? Because at the end of the day, right, what have I been saying? I said in 2023 season, Arteta did this, which he didn't need to do, right? And we ended up not winning these games. We ended up being like this, like that. So we don't know for sure if Arteta did his absolute best, if he'd actually get over the line. He might have done, might not have done. We don't know. But what we do know now is when we're in a certain position, he'll make some sort of goofy ass change and F things up. That's what we do know. He showed us that. Big up to you, Static. Big up to you, fam. When you find the clip, you should have clipped it. And I know. Well, I did put it on my Instagram story, actually, but I should probably just upload it separately. 1st of April, 2023. Played Leeds United, beat them 4-1. The only game Trossard started of April, even though he was player of the month for March. Arteta decides, I'm going to leave him on the bench throughout April. We were unbeaten when he started games at that point. You know what I mean? You explain this to a toddler, they'll turn around and tell you, well, doesn't that mean that if he'd have started him in all the games in April, that you might have just done better? That would be a question posed. Arteta thought he could get cute, right? Now, start of last season, 2023-24 season, he decides, I'm gonna put Gabriel, who's one of our best centre backs, on the bench. And what I'm gonna do is our right back was our best right back for the previous season. I'm gonna move him back into the position where he showed us he can't play properly. Why? Because I need to accommodate to play everybody. You know, Havertz needs to play, and I can't drop in Ketia and blah blah blah. So what I'll do is I'll put Partey at right back. Like an idiot. And he did that for the first 3 games until Partey got injured. Then his hand was forced before that Man United game to go back to normal. That's why I love to know. Gabriel and Saliba played centre-back partnership since. Best defence in the league. But then we come to that Aston Villa game back end of last season at Emirates. Havertz, prior to that and after that, was playing as a number 9, right? Number 9, where he was actually doing his job. And Ketia couldn't see games because of that, right? Jesus, even to a degree, couldn't see games because of that. But that game, when Liverpool already lost at home to Crystal Palace, he decided, I'm going to put Havertz back in number 8, and then I'm going to put Jesus in middle, number 9. He decided that. He thought, let me make this change. And what happened? We lost that game. So now you can see why I say we bottled the league. Now you can see why I can't trust that guy. Now, and then when I'm hearing, it's too hard to win league with Pep's here. Well, it is when you've got managers around that make goofy decisions that initially benefit Pep. Because we know he's going to win all these games. If we'd have beaten Villa right, and then won all the rest of our games, we would be champions right now. So all this is hard to do when Pep's here. Well, yeah, if you've got a goofy manager, it's hard. I mean, if you've got a manager that wants to win, right, he won't do goofiness. He'll know what's going on and he'll be like, yeah. Yeah, he still pisses me off talking about that. But anyways.
Pep Guardiola, it's his last season next year. If we do a similar thing, say we used to do a similar thing next season and just miss out, he then deserves another. With Pep Guardiola going.
Stop it. Get some help.
You shut up! Shut the fuck shut! No! Oh shit! Say it again. Say something else. Oh! Say something else. Say something else, nigga.
Unbelievable. See? This that's what we have to deal with. As Arsenal fans, we have to deal with that. We have that mindset in riddled in the club. So Arteta, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. I ain't butchering shit. Let's bring it back. Watch
Next season and just miss out. He don't deserve some.
Let's go back.
In charge. Pep Guardiola, it's his last season next year. If we do a similar thing, say we used to do a similar thing next season and just miss.
Right, that video's about to finish. Something, guys. So in this video, night one. True, fam. These man switch up and bottled the league 2 seasons in a row. The season before, just win our remaining games because West City were like a couple of points behind us, I think, at the time, sat in third, and we were in pole position. Right, let's beat Villa at home. Then it's not like it's an away game. Let's beat Villa at home, and then we peel away from Liverpool because we were level on points with Liverpool at that point. And what do? At home, lost 2-0. Not a we fought to the end and we came out 3-2 losers. Nope. 2-0. You know what I mean?
Say that again, Mus. Say that again. Hold on.
What have you
Hold on.
Really
bad man.
Go on, tie in the bomber jacket. Go on.
Hold on.
At home to Crystal Palace. So now you can see why I say we bought the league. Now you can win all these games. And you be like, yeah.
Say something else.
So Arteta, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. I ain't butchering shit. So I'm just trying to find what I said after all this now. That's what I'm trying to find. Let's bring it back. Watch.
Next season and just miss out. He don't deserve some.
Let's go back.
In charge. Pep Guardiola, it's his last season next year. If we do a similar thing, say we used to do a similar thing next season and just miss out, he then deserves another. With Pep Guardiola going,
See, so we could do the same thing next season, put pressure on, win nothing, just miss out, and he deserved the season. You know what you didn't hear? You didn't hear anything about winning any sort of trophy. You didn't hear, if he wins the FA Cup and then just misses out. You didn't hear none of that. You didn't hear if he wins the Champions League and just misses out, wins the League Cup and just misses out, wins some sort of double and just misses out, or win the treble but misses out on the league. You didn't hear none of that. Nope, didn't hear none of that. This is absolute shambles.
Stop it. Get some help.
This is where we are. That is where we are. So he could do this again, and he deserves another season. And because Pep's leaving, that makes it even better. Anyways, I'm still sticking by my guns. Pep could walk tonight, right? Everyone will be saying, Arsenal will definitely win the league next season now. 2025, Arsenal will definitely win the league. I will put a house on it that we wouldn't. That's how confident I would be that we bottle it again. Thank you very much. That's it. That's it. Everybody knows I said it. Everybody knows I said it. And it pisses me off that it was proven right. Let's go back. Let's go back. I said I'll put a house on it. I said I will put a house on it. Let's go back. Because who have we win the league? Well, anyways, and because Pep's leaving, that makes it even better. Well, anyways, I'm still sticking by my guns. Pep could walk tonight, right? Everyone will be saying, "Oh, Arsenal will definitely win the league next season." Now, 2025, Arsenal will definitely win the league. I will put a house on it that we wouldn't. That's how confident I would be that we bottle it again. Because who have we got as manager? The manager I just explained did goofiness that you look back and you think, well, if you didn't do that, maybe we might have won the league title or two. And then now you got Robbie talking about, if I put in the same thing again, just a bit like me, I'll give you another season. That's where we are. That is where we are.
Listen.
You got to win it though soon,
I feel
Arsenal are doing well.
I
agree.
I feel that right now, next, with Jurgen Klopp leaving, the next best manager in that Premier League is Mikel Arteta.
You shut up!
I forgot he said
Not
that.
better than Unai Emery. There's no way he's better.
Yeah,
than
you can't
Unai
say he's
Emery.
better than Emery.
Now, I forgot Robbie said that. Because obviously, I keep forgetting Klopp left last season. I kept forgetting that he said that. But then the dividing for Emery starts. Well, yeah.
Better than
way.
Emery.
I think
No
he's
not
way.
better than Emery.
No way.
He's not.
No
He's not.
way.
Better than Emery.
So Arteta is the next best thing now. We haven't seen Arne Slot do anything yet. We for all we know, the C Tech Pep, if you want to call him that, or maybe B Tech Pep in Enzo, right? Might do the works for Chelsea. For all we know, you know what I mean? Telling you. I'm telling you, right? I could just see certain scenarios, and I'm all I'm gonna say is don't be surprised, right? If Arteta gets lapsed next season, and what I mean by that is, well, let's just say Pep has the type of season he had in 2020, right? Don't be surprised if somebody else is the one that's there to. I forgot I even said that. For fuck's sake. Hold on. Take advantage. Let's just say Pep has the type of season he had in 2020, right? Don't be surprised if somebody else is the one that's there to take advantage. Just don't be surprised. Because everyone's convinced, well, if Pep's not up to it, it's automatically only going to be Arteta. Right. We'll see. Let's just hope Arteta is the guy.
I'd have
He's not
Emery
better than
at
Emery, he's
Liverpool.
I can't believe this. But you see now. You see how oh my days. Yeah, I thought your name changed. You see how I'm clipping now. I'm clipping that. Anyways, I'm gonna end the match preview here anyway. Like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna clip that and I'm gonna share it, because at the end of the day, although I don't like being proven right, at the same time, people from an external, other people's point of view, you know that I'm not talking shit. I don't just say things just the same.
Like, I have backing when I say the shit I'm saying. And literally, Arteta backed me up when he was supposed to go against me. That was a priceless clip. Yeah, unfortunately, I got that right, didn't I? I should play the lottery every week now. I said I will put a house on it that Arteta won't win the league if Pep fell off. I literally said I would put a house on it. Imagine that. Imagine I bet my house, right? You can have my house if Arteta wins the league. Yeah? That's a house I haven't lost. I haven't lost my house because I knew Arteta would fail. Yeah, I might have to title the video Mystic YG, you know. Anyways, I'm going to leave it here. Big up to all you that came in and everything like that. This has been a long match preview. I don't mind my match previews being long if I've got you guys in here. But, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go clip that up and I'm just going to upload it and then just make it do what it do. Anyways, like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel. Kate, you'll be millionaire just like Arteta. Yeah. I'm gonna have to just start putting lottery numbers on. But anyways, big up to all yous, and I'll see yous in the next one. Peace.
And if anyone wants to have a come at me,
Come and find me. I'm in the car park now.
because I'm a black belt in karate.
Stop the cap.
Come and have a pop.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.